Try to get an actual crunch.
Did you not toast it enough?
Maybe. Slight crunch. I mean, I put butter on it. So the minute you put butter on it, it does sometimes lose a little bit of that once it soaks in. Mmm. That's good. It's very good. This is not a bread I normally buy. But it was the cheapest bread.
At the Costco?
At the Costco. So. That was it, kind of like a happy coinkydink. What do they call that? When something happens? Serendipity? It's a serendipitous situation to be given this bread and be like, oh, this bread's actually very good. It's called Homestyle Oat.
I have not had any.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
Come snuggle, get me warm. I need your little heater body.
Yeah, it's cold.
Come here. I can't go pick you up.
He'll probably come over here. We're both up here. He's up here. It's convenient.
Is it, Jazz?
Yeah, it's how cold is it here? It's 55. But the important thing is that there's a certain temperature. I don't know what the temperature is, but there's a certain temperature where outside it finally brings the air inside low enough that it falls below what we have it set to at night. Because the house actually has fairly good insulation. Like, it's actually pretty well insulated. But there is some temperature that at some point it kind of like we sleep with it at like 67 or 68. And I woke up this morning about 90 minutes before breakfast stream, and it was 64 in the house. And I was like that's colder than I wanted.
Our last house, I suspect, had insulation problems because there was some things done in after the house was built to try and make it more insulated. Because it was a slab. We didn't have any basement, and they had gone and dug down around the slab of the house and put insulation in, and then covered the insulation in a thin layer of concrete. And the only reason I knew is because every time that their yard service came and used the weed eater around the house, you could see the little bit of blue where it broke through that concrete layer.
Yeah.
So that was done at some point.
Having the insulation is good, because then when you ask the house to be a temperature, it is.
Yeah.
It's a multifaceted thing, because then that saves you money, because otherwise your heat or your cool or whatever is escaping, and you need to try and keep that in. And then you spend more money on your AC because you're trying to get it to what you need it to. It's always fascinating to see what people want their house to be. Because it's such a gamut of what people are comfortable with. And actually we watched the Joe Pera stand-up special last night that he had just posted onto his YouTube channel 2 or 3 days ago. And there's a segment in that section of jokes that talks about
Temperature Preferences in the
preferences
house?
is the word, yeah. So, it's on my mind. Of like, yeah. I'm right with Mass Tournament. 72 in the day, 68 at night.
Mummies will come submitting from the Grove for Tiny Eddie's scalding decadent juicy toad gummies.
That was so long. There was so much there, Eddie.
And yet, we've had so many longer. That was about some Game Lover says, Tiny Eddie, what should I have for breakfast this fabulous Tuesday? It's still spooky month. You can tell because we have Spooky Cup.
Yeah.
Mummies will come submitting from the Grove. That's where mummies come from, is the Grove. For Tiny Eddie's scalding, decadent, juicy toad gummies. When I think of gummies, I don't typically think of the word scalding, because I would imagine they would melt.
Yes.
But maybe these can really take a...
There you go.
A bit. Also, did we just get space? Did we just get a Starfield alert? Quick, everyone, before Chaz changes them. Listen, our last stream was Starfield, so the way Chaz has it done is that the alerts have categories. So he can change the category, and then it changes the alerts. And sometimes...
It's coffee. You already smelled it. You don't like it.
It's extremely rare, but sometimes Chaz doesn't get it switched. And then you get space in the morning. Anyway, Game Lover, thank you. Now I want to try and microwave some gummy bears.
They'll just turn into a puddle.
Not long, though. I just want them warm. Just want to try them warm.
Put them in your pocket.
Pocket Lynn. 26 months from Eris D, 57, 33 months from the Viking Hippie, 51 months at Tier 2, Gold Toast from Tricky Anthea, 35 from Elliot Baker Street, 34 from GA Studios, 15 from Cascadea, 43 from 63 Phils, 44 months from Shinoff, 3 months from Catalonia. We got 300 bits from Furious Kitty. It says, good vibes to everyone dealing with health issues. I guess I'm not alone. Or, I'm just stupid for not going to the ER. I'll live. I just had to cancel my vacation plans. Oof.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes. That's a lot. And I am sorry for things that are going on. Because that is rough. That is very rough. Good vibes to you. We also had 30 months from Zatuichi. Thanks. And we have a tiny little train going. Thanks, y'all. It is cold.
It is cold.
I know, well, it's in like that's subjective. You can't ever say it's cold, because then you've got a substantial portion of the audience that stands up and is like, that's not cold. I live in Canada. And like, okay. It's all relative. But it has been getting colder here. And it's great. It's super great. I took a 6.5 mile walk 2 days ago.
Yeah. Because
it was 65 degrees. And I was like, ooh. And I needed to get outside anyway. So I took a long walk, did a 10K. And that's the most I've walked in months. And I was a little nervous about it. Because when I went outside to walk, I didn't plan on walking that far. But
Renee knows you did a Kepi abandon.
I did. I leave the house sometimes. The cat has to be understanding.
He'd not. He cried at the door the whole time you were gone.
2 hours, the cat just cried.
He cried at the door for you. Does he cry when I leave? The answer is no.
No, he cries. He misses you. He loves you, and he misses you, and he cries. I think I've seen him do that before. Listen, he don't care as long as he eats. He don't care who leaves.
You were gone 2 hours. He was very upset.
Yeah, when I left the house, I was just like, I need to get outside and walk. So I took a walk. And as I was walking, I was like, this is great. I love this. Walking is great. I love walking. I haven't walked in so long. I need to walk. and then I walked for an hour, and then I was like, I should turn around. And then I did. So I walked 6.5 miles. And I was a little worried because, like, I am getting ready to go to physical therapy for my knee and also my hip. Part of that which had come from running. But I went slow. I was only walking. And since then, I've been okay. I don't think that I should do, like, 2 10Ks in a row, so I didn't. But since then, I've just been, like, taking it easy. And I think I'm all right. I think.
How's the toast?
It's very good bread.
Let me have a bite.
Get you a buttery piece there. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
That's very good. I made an egg sandwich with this the other day. It's on the vlog. It'll be out soon. And I put the bread in the pan, which is that's a very like extra way of toasting bread, but it's better than the toaster if you take the time to do that. And it was good, but the bread is a little flimsier than some other breads. It's not like brioche, but it's a little flimsy.
That is very good bread.
But it's good. Well, I would buy this again.
Skunks invade trivializing Ryo Hazuki's tent in this everyday roguelike game.
Skunks invade. That reminds me of the dream I had last night where there were snakes in the house. And there was a venomous one, and Haley picked it up. And I was very upset she did that.
I also had a dream, I remember. And it also involved Haley. Remind me in a minute, and I'll talk about it, because it's a little weird. My mom was in it, too. 1050 from Anissa says, Rad. It's less than 3 weeks extra life. We will be playing Odama. Asterisk. I hope we play Odama.
I hope we play Odama, too.
Y'all have to make games happen. But please, from the bottom of my heart, please
make Thomas.
Please make Thomas play Odama. He is the world record holder for Odama. It would be great. Vagabond, we're only playing Odama. I mean,
you.
It's not impossible. Extra Life this year is just the rest of us watching Thomas play Odama for 20 hours. He's like, please, I can't talk. And we're like, keep going.
It's a talking game.
We will be playing Odama, but what other game do you want to see? Hashtag rally around Odama. Let's not forget the famous game where
Family Feud.
Where skunks invade Ryo Hazuki. Ryo Hazuki's tent.
Who's Ryo Hazuki?
That's the star of Shenmue.
That's right.
So, the skunks get into Shenmue's tent.
Just an everyday sort of skunk tent invasion.
The skunks come in and he's like, I need to find the man who killed my father. And they're like, we're just skunks. Do you know where I can find some sailors?
I sink this shot and you guys tell me what I want to know. You guys sailors?
I've always had a desire to just play through Shenmue.
I'll just slide this kitty. I can slide you, right?
I've never actually played through all of Shenmue. I've played a little of it.
Oh, there we go. Now he's
Someday. Someday I'll play some of the Dreamcast games like Shenmue and Seaman. We got 300 bits from Will Peters. It says, I realized after watching your Extra Life videos, you could play I Love Horses Rider's Paradise. Show those horse girls how to properly run a cult. There are probably more than one horse games on the Wii. Probably. Didn't we play a horse game?
We did.
We definitely played a horse game.
I don't know which one.
I forgot. There was an Extra Life last 2 years ago that we played a horse game. Keep in mind, if we play the same game again,
We'll continue.
We always continue where we left off. In case you want to see more of whatever it was. I don't remember what it was called. In my mind, I'm like, horse game. Chaz says, we played I Love Horses Riders Paradise in 2020. Oh. So we've played that game before.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so play again. We'll pick up where we left off. Also, as a fun reminder, anyone who's like, that would be funny, can put $25 towards a game just so it's eligible for roulette. So if there's a funny game that you're like, that would be fun, but you're not going to do like a whole push for it, just put $25 into it. It's eligible for roulette. We'll run roulette at some point, and it could hit, and then we'll just end up playing it. And that's great. Also wouldn't mind playing Trauma Center again.
The first one. Sweetheart.
Which one is it that we're playing?
We played
Trauma Team?
We played 2 of them over the years, but the first one is the better one. That we were able to do the voices for really good.
Morning, Haley.
You can't.
Okay. Well, I would not mind playing more Trauma Center because those games are very fun. And yeah, the voice acting that me and you did was very... I enjoyed that a lot. That's probably one of my favorite... Oh, Dr. Styles! Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time. I'm also looking forward to meeting this sniveling. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Mountain Dew. The patient needs more Mountain Dew! Inject more Baja Blast! It's great. It's a great time. We get 300 bits from Ultrahusk who says, Clown Test.
Jam says, hey Haley, you invaded 2 dreams. Haley, we both had dreams about you last night.
Mm-hmm.
In mine, you picked up a venomous snake. Actually, there were 2. There was like a garter and some venomous, like, I don't know, water snake or something, and you picked them both up.
Yep.
And I was very upset at you. You are.
I haven't told my dream. So in my dream, me and Haley went out to eat somewhere, and thinking about it now, I realize it was probably like Ocean Boulevard
In Myrtle Beach?
Or well, you know, in Cherry Grove, like where Bolanos is?
Yeah.
Like the road that goes up there that's
Sea
not
Mountain.
Sea Mountain. It felt in my head like it was like Sea Mountain, like sitting on the side that not Bojangles.
Bolanos.
Bolanos.
Yeah.
Did I say Bojangles before?
You did.
Okay, I meant Bolanos. Sitting on the side that Bolanos is, like looking over to like where the other side of the road is, like where
Okay,
the shack
yeah.
and stuff
Yeah,
was. So we were sitting outside.
Where the Ace Hardware is.
We were sitting outside, and we were waiting on our food, and I was like, oh, I need a drink. But instead of like ordering it from the server, I was like, oh, I know where I can get a drink. So I went to go to a convenience store to get a drink. And on the way over to get a drink, my mom called and was like, hey, I need you to pick up a package from me. I'm around the corner. And I was like, okay. So I walked... I'm walking everywhere. So I walked over to where my mom was. She was at like a different restaurant outside. And she hands me like this like Publix tote. And she's like, can you put this in your car? And I was like, yes, no problem. So yeah, drug job. And I was like, okay. So I grabbed this Publix tote and I'm walking it back to my car. And I'm like, what's in this tote? So I looked inside. There's a ton of newspaper, like just a lot of newspaper. And then also inside is, I'm going to do my best to describe this object because in the dream, even in the dream, I had a moment of like, this doesn't make sense. You know, sometimes in dreams, you're like, you look at something and you're like, this is fine. And then you wake up and you're like, that wasn't fine. Even in the dream, I was like, what is this? as far as I can tell, my mom had given me a package that contained eclairs, but the eclairs had pepperonis on them. And you know how if you get like homemade eclairs from like the deli at a grocery store,
Bakery.
yeah, the bakery, like they have that little like styrofoam bottom, and then they have plastic wrap over the top.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like that, but they were eclairs and they had pepperonis on them. And I looked into the bag and I was like, even in the dream, I was like, I don't understand what this is. Like, not enough to turn around and be like, Mom, what is going on? But I was looking at it and I'm like, huh, that's odd. So I go to the car and I put the stuff in the car, and then there's another element to the dream that I'm missing, because now now I can't quite remember. But there was someone who had went over to Haley and talked to her, and then while I was putting the stuff in the car, I decided I needed another drink and went back to where the convenience store was. And then that same person that talked to her came over and talked to me. But there's some part of this that I don't remember where he like said something. But anyway, I got back to where Haley was, and our food still hadn't been there. And Haley had like 3 snack packs of like the Little Debbie snack cakes, but just the wrappers. So instead of like the food coming, she just ate these little snack cakes. And then she was like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "I had to get something from my mom." And then I woke up. The other element of the story I can't remember now. But I remember waking up in the middle of the night after having this dream and being like, trying to like sit there and think about it so I'd recall it for breakfast dream. And I forgot some of it. Anyway, the best part of this story is the eclairs having pepperonis on them. I love that. Anyway, that's my dream. If I have more, I'll try and remember. Every time Chaz has an insane dream, he messages me. So I have just a little collection of like crazy Chaz dreams, and they're all over the place. I love them.
They're
great. So fun to read.
Have we heard about John's dreams? I have.
Chaz, not every time. Like 5% of the time at most. I feel like I don't dream very much. You know? But maybe I dream more than I think, and if I would write them down, I would realize.
Yeah.
Because I kept
think that's how it is.
I kept a dream journal for a while, and then, you know. Haley says, "I will forever cherish my Chaz dream, where he made a game called Orange People Are Stupid, and you just mocked orange stick figures." I like that in your dreams, Chaz was making games. I like that. That's fun. I did it. I had a piece of toast, and I also had a coffee. This is great. We had 43 months from a person, dude 1. Thank you. And there's 2 arts in the queue, so I presume they're for a breakfast stream. I love this. George Corp, when you're here, your content. I guess you could also read this as "you're content," but that's not what it's for. Hey, and it's more Overlord art. This time it is for Onichambara, the Bikini Zombie Slayers game. Speaking of that, would you like to know what the extra life totals are?
I would.
Because I can tell you. Here you go. Has there been any major changes? These games look familiar. We got 12.
They've moved.
Have they moved a little bit?
I think.
Something has shifted. I think Mario Party 4 is higher than it was. So Barnyard in the lead with 1250. Mario Party 4 at 1015. Freddy Fish at 1000. Mario Super Sluggers at 550. Puyo Pop Fever at 405. Speed Zone at 300. And Digimon World 4 at 250. And keep in mind there is a you know, a huge list of other games under
These
here.
are just the top 7.
These are just the top 7. If you want to see the full list, you can go to the Extra Life page and see them all for yourself.
Can you do me a favor while I'm thinking about it?
What's that?
Could you grab Puyo Puyo Tetris off the shelf and put it next to my coffee cup?
To practice Puyo Tetris?
Yeah.
You do realize that the Puyo game is on the GameCube.
It's there's no change.
Yeah, but
I could play Mean Bean Machine.
Yeah, but you're not thinking about you all right? You're not thinking about what that means.
What does that mean?
It means that you are playing with the tiniest D-pad known to man.
It doesn't matter. I need to know the strategy. I need to get in the groove of Puyo Puyo.
So you want to play the Switch version?
Yeah, then I can unlock things.
Okay, so wait, you want me to...
Grab it and put it next to my coffee cup so I don't forget. Haley's been practicing. I need to practice too.
You want to play Puyo 1 or Puyo 2?
2. I need to unlock stuff.
Puyo 2. Okay. Someone had actually, someone sent this in to us, which I appreciate, because we only owned the first one.
Thank you. Then I will remember to bring it downstairs.
Okay.
And I can't get up right now. I have a cat.
Okay. Haley says, Steven just knows he can't compete with us.
I mean, he can't compete with us even before we practice.
Yeah. Yeah, we...
Oh my god, do you see this face?
He's a cutie. The Patreon video is out. And the Patreon video is an interesting one because the Patreon video is kind of like an alternate version of October 5th. Like, October 5th's vlog was Crawl. But there's like a normal day, kind of, because if you watch the Patreon video, so the patrons that have seen that was filmed October 5th. So that's kind of like an alternate version of like the Crawl vlog of like what would have been like if this was like a normal day, and it's like, oh, it's just the Patreon video. Because we were at Alex and Haley's and they were playing Puyo, and I played Puyo as well. And if I play Puyo, I lose, and it's quick. It is so fast. Oh my god, it's bad. I can like hold my own in Tetris, and like if I'm playing Tetris against others, I can win. But if it's Tetris versus Puyo, I will lose. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm not worried about playing Puyo at Extra Life. You know what? I do have one GameCube controller that has a good D-pad.
One. Is that going to be yours?
Yes. It's the only chance I have. It's the only chance I have of possibly holding... Well, I still won't be able to hold my own, but I'll die less quickly.
That reminds me, I have a vlog clip for you.
Oh, you do?
I do.
From when?
Saturday night? Did you edit Saturday yet?
You really need to not...
Oh, I
like,
just
I was working on it this morning because I woke up early, and I've almost finished it. You really need to not sit on those.
Yeah, it's Saturday night.
Okay, so I was almost done with it, so set a reminder or something, or I won't get it.
Remind me in 40 minutes to give Steven the vlog clip.
Yeah, if you shoot something, I need, like, it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm caught up on stuff, generally.
Mytha and Vault Boy become standard unless they become curious.
Gosh, I never want to be standard.
I don't know what this means. Thousand Bits from Shy says, get in the groove with this classic game title. Ah, yes, the classic, where Mifa and Vault Boy become standard unless they become curious. I don't like the idea that Mifa and Vault Boy are curious. What does this mean? What are they up to?
They're lifelong learners, Steven.
Okay. That's fine.
Thomas says, do you know where the GameCube mic clip is, or do I need to bring my own?
I'm just getting up off the couch today a lot.
What about a sensor bar?
I have sensor bars. Censor you.
It's okay, Kepler. He's coming back.
Thomas. Is this yours? Because this is a Japanese boxed copy of Odama.
I'm pretty sure that's his, but the mic clip is yours. I think that was the agreement.
The agreement, I believe, was that I would purchase this. Did you owe me any money? I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember what the deal was, but I bought a Japanese copy of Odama, and I needed the mic clip. Do you want to sniff this? I bought this a long time ago.
Thomas is correct. I gave you F-Zero Black Label.
Okay. I was missing the Black Label version, the Black Label of F-Zero GX. That's right. So this is Thomas's. I lost on that deal. Sorry, buddy. GameCube's worth a lot of money now. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, when you're here, you can get this. Cool. Anyway, Thomas didn't own this, but he will soon.
Anyway, Thomas, you may want to bring yours just in case that one is, I don't know, broken.
How would it be broken?
It might be. Who knows? You haven't looked at it. It may be missing for all you know.
I mean, when I bought the auction,
I know.
on
I'm
whatever,
just saying.
Yahoo Japan or whatever,
You haven't looked at it.
I could do it now.
Okay. Come sit over here and do it.
More games.
Climb from Blackwater to New Pork City, and the only thing in your backpack is a whimsy.
Oh, whimsy.
I like that a lot. That's Bits from Relief, who says, I can't wait for Extra Life. Where can I see such exciting games as this one? Or where I can see. We climb from Blackwater to Newport City. I didn't know that Red Dead Redemption and Mother 3 were in the same universe. Well known fact. The only thing in your backpack is a whimsy. That's actually where Mother 3 starts, is Blackwater. Like that's actually where Lucas grows up.
Yeah. That sounds right.
That's where I met. That's where. Well, doesn't that make sense? Flint wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. We've connected the dots. Maybe open. It's got tape on it.
He's so invested in this.
All right.
What is that,
This
baby?
is Odama, but the Japanese
Kepler
version of
is so
Odama.
excited about this. He has very concern.
This wasn't a sealed copy. This was just like a whatever they
Complete?
call it. Yeah, complete. There it is. This is the thing that I wanted. No, it's worthless. Shut up. This
It wasn't sealed.
This was not sealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was not sealed. So it's fine. This thing is very hard to get. Snap it in half to assert dominance.
That part is Steven's part. That's his.
This is an officially licensed Nintendo accessory, and it is the mic holder for the Nintendo GameCube. It snaps onto a Nintendo GameCube controller, and it holds that microphone. Thomas, you know more about this than I do. Did they release this in America? Like, did this come with the English version of Odama or just the Japanese one? Do you know? Because I actually don't know that. Yes, with Odama. So you know what's interesting, Thomas, is that the Nintendo products have little serial numbers on them. There is a difference between the American and the Japanese version, and that is because imprinted in the serial number for this is the word Japan. So this is the Japanese GameCube microphone holder. So my assumption is that it would say like USA on the English version. Neat. Gotta have both now. The American one can also hold a burger and a gun. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually
Why don't you go put that in the drawer?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the GameCube drawer. I need, you know what I need? I need to probably put this in like the miscellaneous drawer. My worry is that because there's like 12 GameCube controllers in there, I just don't want it to get busted up or anything. But yeah, this is here. Thomas, you can have this. I don't want this.
Ooh.
And there's also
the mic.
Yeah, the Japanese GameCube microphone is in here. And anything else of note? I don't know.
The
Thomas,
game.
Yeah, the game, obviously.
Is the cover art the same as that box?
Probably. We can check.
Thomas says, I have 4 mics.
Oh, well, you don't have a Japanese one. So you will. Survey says yes. There's the, and this is, if anyone's never seen a Japanese GameCube game, this is what they look like.
They're great.
They are smaller. They are much smaller. This is what a typical Japanese
Let me see the other side.
GameCube looks like.
I really like how the spines, one side is in Japanese and one side is in like English characters.
If you have a if you own a Game Boy player for the GameCube, it's that. That's what it is. They just didn't bother to make a American version of it, basically. But if you own one of those, then you have a Japanese GameCube case, because that's exactly what it is. So neat. And of course the manuals are backwards.
Yeah.
From us. So the spine is on the right, because you read from. Yeah, anyway. All right, let me put this back in here. Put this back in here.
And then hide it in the house, and Thomas has to find it when he's here.
Sure. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
You want me to do it?
Sorry. You need to... There we go. I needed gravity. Because the way it works is there's a cardboard insert there, and I needed to flip the thing so the cardboard insert fell down. Anyway.
Odama.
Odama. Great. The PAL version has a different box. You should, my assumption is that Odama is cheap, so pick it up before...
Before it's not?
Before it's not, I don't know. We had 40 months from Frorwolf, 44 from the Thunderstriker, and 8 from Aqueous Bread. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Did I clean my glasses? I did, just badly.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, can't see.
This is the happiest cat. I have an arm tucked under, like around his stomach, just kind of holding him. He's very happy.
There we go.
Is he purring? Not currently. If Stephen starts talking to him, he probably would.
Are you a good boy? Are you
there
a happy
goes.
cat? Are you a good boy? Yeah. I hear you. I hear your purrs. You're happy. You're very content, kitty. Yeah. Hi. You're sweet. You got big eyes. Yeah. Put her there, son. Hmm? You like to be talked to. You like attention.
He sure does.
Just like the creepy whisper, I'm not doing it to you. I'm doing it to him. He likes it.
Don't you? Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, good. Boop, boop, boop.
He good.
Anyway, Odama, I hope we get to play it.
I really hope Thomas gets to play it.
I hope that Thomas gets to play it. It'll be great. If it gets played twice,
Thomas can lead someone through
then
it.
Thomas can teach someone how to do it.
Brandon's beaten it.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event because it's not that far away. It is in 18 days.
Oh God.
Really puts.
There's so much between now and then too.
There really is. There's a whole lot happening between now and then. So, it's fine. October is, it certainly is a month. Anyway. Still excited. Still very excited. 56 months from Waste and Aeon. Appreciate it. Vagabond says, like today at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. That's true. We're doing, it's a triple stream day because we're doing Pikmin. Learning that Pikmin is longer than we suspected. We rolled the credits last week.
Yeah. And there is more.
Yes, there is more to Pikmin. So, we're doing that today at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, Mallory is doing a cooking stream.
Yeah. I'm going to make jambalaya.
And when Mallory said out loud that she was going to make jambalaya, Alex was in the room, and Alex immediately was like, jambalaya, cornbread pie, baby, because he sings that song actually every day of his life.
Yeah, he does.
He really, like, I'm not even exaggerating. He really sings that song every day. And Mal was like, you should be my guest for making jambalaya. And I was like, Alex should be your guest for making jambalaya. Like, not only because Alex has not been your guest yet.
Yeah.
But, like, especially because he sings this song all the time. So, like, honestly, yes. He really does sing the song all the time.
Penguin Frog says, Alex or Al? Alex.
Yeah, that was a huge debate of, like, because Alex was like, I don't know if I should be in character. It's like, you can be you. The line between Alex and Al is already real blurry. So you'll be fine. So he's going to join Mal tonight for jambalaya. Yeah, that's definitely still in character. So that'll be fun. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. Me and Haley will be off screen just giggling. Well, I mean, I'll be giggling with a camera. I guess I have to...
Camera.
I have to camera. We got 31 months from Draconic Paladin. 300 bits from Waste and Aeon. It says, a few weeks ago I mentioned about the probability of my father having blood poisoning. Good news. Ultrasound showed no infections. He's still going to take antibiotics until end of the month, but otherwise things are good.
Glad to hear that.
Excellent. We love good news. Cool. I'm glad that there was a happy outcome with all of that. We got 300 bits from Shy, who says, October certainly is a month. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Roman Emperor Octavius Caesar. Because October.
Yeah. Correct.
October is a month. I like October. October is when the cool happens
The cool does start to happen, yes.
October typically, like historically, is when we do Extra Life. There's a... It's the first fun month.
What?
It's not the... Maybe it's not the first fun month in the year. It's a fun month. Is it the first fun month? It's probably not the first fun month. Well, maybe it is. Hold on. It's the first fun month. No, I don't know. I think Labor Day is. Here's my reasoning. There are only two major months that it feels like there are like month-long celebrations by like a society as a whole. Like month-long holidays. Like there's other holidays that happen, but like not everyone is celebrating them. But like as far as like everywhere is celebrating like Halloween and has like Halloween decorations up for like a month. Like that happens a lot. And then the Christmas holidays also happen. Like whether it doesn't matter if it's Christmas specifically, but there's just like holiday stuff up. But I think that the first month that really happens is October for Halloween. But what about Haley's birthday? That's right, we do celebrate Haley's birthday for one full month. So Haley's birthday, and then October, and then the holidays. I'm just excited about candy. You heard it here, folks. October is the first fun month of the year. I like spring. So like March. I like March. I like April. By the time you get to May, it's like, it's starting to get a little hot.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at my favorite months, step back from the fun thing. I'll look at my favorite months. March, April. So my birthday, your birthday, Haley's birthday. March, April. And then I'm like, October.
Yeah.
October. So the good months of the year, as dictated by me, March, April, October, November,
December.
December.
We have nice weather in December.
And then that's it. There's only 5.
It's almost half.
Almost. I think there's only 5 good months. Yeah. And if I had to rank them, it would be a fight between October and springtime. October and March. And I would get excited about my birthday, except I don't. And I don't remember it's always my birthday. How many good days are there? Ooh. Are the rest bad or neutral? It's neutral. I don't really... There's not a time of the year that I really hate. But I do dislike...
The 2 weeks we get where it's over 100 are the worst.
Yeah, like
those are the worst part of the year.
Yeah, there's been some times where it's like very warm. And that's... I don't like it when it's really, really warm. I also don't like it when it's really, really cold, to be honest. But like... 2 weeks, you mean 10. Yeah, when Mal said
sure
2...
feels like 10.
When Mal said 2 weeks, I was like... I guess over 100, yeah. There's probably not that many over 100.
Yeah. I mean, I'm miserable most of the summer because it's just too hot.
I mean, I like hot weather, but like this summer was...
Haley.
Oh my god, what a sweet... Haley's acquiring brownie points. I forgot what I was going to say.
We were talking about...
It was hot.
Hot.
It was hot. It was too hot. This summer was like too hot. It was the first summer, like full summer, that we've lived here. Because we moved halfway through the summer last time. And this is the first... This is the first full summer in like... it's hot.
We are happy.
It's hot. We don't have the ocean breeze.
Yeah.
Because we don't live...
It was cooler in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, it was. And
it was more humid.
Yes.
Because the ocean humidity.
Any month with y'all is the greatest month because we're together. Anyway, would you like a fistful of venomous snakes?
Like a bouquet? Like
a bouquet. 2 months from the Italian Enzo 22. 300 bits from Satsy. It says, I woke up yesterday with a massive headache and learned one of my teeth was giving me grief.
No.
Now, I'm not going to say I cracked it to ease the pain, but don't be your own dentist, folks. Good vibes. Mm-hmm. Also, a little reminder, we should probably go to the dentist at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done that since we moved to North Carolina.
No, it's been a lot.
We should do that. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
Sorry. Like, reading Satsy's message, I felt that. It was like... Remind me in an hour to do a dentist.
Good cat.
300 bits from Tricanthia says, speaking of game case variants, my brother imported the steelbook case and artwork of Pandora's Tower last year as a gift for me. They're so lovely, and I'll have to share pictures on the Discord later. Ooh, please do. Please do. Is that... Well, okay, it's an import, so I don't know what the country of origin is. Because some countries get steelbooks, and some don't. I got a steelbook for a Wii game. What game was it? That I saw it in a store at some point, and I was like, I've just never seen this before, so I picked it up. And I don't normally do that, but with GameCube and Wii especially, I've more or less just picked up whatever. Because once you've completed the whole library, you're like, well, shoot, it doesn't matter if I just pick up this other thing. Cursed Mountain, that's what it was. I found a steelbook for Cursed Mountain, and I was like, this is neat. I didn't know this was a thing. There's so many video games. Pandora's Tower is on my list for Extra Life. I've never played it, but it is a well-received Wii game that was never re-released on any other consoles, and I hate that for it. I hate that games are locked onto platforms for 20 years and people don't get to experience them. We got 300 bits from Draconic Paladin, says, asking for good vibes. I submit my ESA application this week so I can bring my dog to campus next semester, hoping to boost my mental health with my pup around. I hope that goes well. Mm-hmm. Hope you're able to have pup. Or bird. There's a bird up there. 51 months from Sylvana. We got 500 bits from Penguin Frog, says, this feels like a wishing well. Speaking of dentistry, my cat is going in for big dental work tomorrow. Probable tooth pulling and hopefully relief of pretty major swelling. Can I get some good vibes for her? And my stress levels. Yes, good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. Kep had that done
a few months ago.
Yeah, February, I want to say.
Yeah, less than a year ago, Kep needed a tooth pulled. And there's always some level of stress about it, right? If they have to put a cat under to do a thing. Mm-hmm. But he did all right.
Yeah, and he did a lot better after.
Yeah.
Because he never crunched dry food before, and then he did... I mean, he still kind of doesn't, but he did for a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah, so...
He enjoyed not having, I guess, tooth pain.
Yeah, poor little guy. Yeah, they can't always voice things to us very well, so... It's nice when a vet's like, this tooth bad, and you're like, oh. Good to know. We also had a vulture, it's gone, from Gamers 00700. Thanks. Let's talk a little bit about the things that are occurring soon. I have a vlog just about done, although I guess not, because Mal has a clip for me that she didn't tell me about. So I need to do that.
Yeah.
Did you hear me get up this morning? Mm-hmm. Oh. Mouse sleeping in the bed again. This is a big deal, because Mao has been downstairs for 4 weeks and sleeping in the guest room, and now is recovered enough to be up here with me. And it does make me very self-conscious and anxious about, like, doing anything to disturb your sleep at all.
I have not slept great. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like... But to be honest, I have not slept great.
Yeah, it's been 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it my fault? Like,
I don't know. I've been warm. Both nights I've woken up warm.
Well, you know,
at some point this morning, I woke up to Kepler just sitting on your nightstand purring.
That happens up here.
He just sits there and just purrs, waiting for you to wake up.
Yeah. So, in fairness, do you know what happened?
No.
When you were downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I was sleeping upstairs, the first few nights, I mean, maybe it might have been a week or something, I would get into bed and I was cold.
Yeah.
I was very cold. Like, and I thought about having a blanket on the bed, but the thing is, I also knew that, like, eventually my temperature regulates and then I sleep okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to have an extra blanket on the bed, because I was worried I would wake up too hot.
Yeah.
So I basically got into bed and just shivered until I fell asleep for like a week. And then it was time for me to, like, wash the sheets, and I was like, I'm just going to put the warm sheets on. Because we have some sheets that are warmer. So I put the warm sheets on, and I was like, this will make it better. This will be easier. So I did that. I must have shivered longer than that, because I've only had the sheets on for a little bit of time. I guess I shivered for like 3 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, so those warm sheets are still on there, and we could change them to the cooler ones. Because now that you're back in the bed, you're also generating body heat. And you have an entire, like, fortress.
Yeah.
There's like...
You're normally the furnace.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of other things there that are, like, trapping heat. Because Mao has got her pillows and wedges to be up.
I still have to sleep on my back, so...
Yeah.
I have many pillows to keep me sleeping on my back and not rolling over.
So I think that actually would be a good quality of life change, is if we swap the sheets to the cooler sheets now that you're back in the bed. And then
we also have a thin quilt we could switch out, because the winter quilt is on there right now.
Coffee.
Okay. So yeah, I'm down. I want you to be able to sleep. Like, it's I'm glad that you're back up here, because, like, it's just lonely. It's just I hate waking up and being like, oh. And I just did that for like 4 weeks. It's just like, oh. But we can put the cooler sheets on, and that'll probably help. Probably. God, he's really going to town, isn't he?
Coffee.
You have a good morning.
He's washing. Let's see. 300 Bits from Shy says, speaking of physical games, I made a fascinating discovery last week. I was at Best Buy for a cord and browsed the games out of curiosity. Shockingly, I found Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, Best Buy has a deal with both Fangamer and Limited Run. I guess Fangamer's been around. They've done stuff with Best Buy for a long time, but also Limited Run. So there are some Limited Run games. The Limited Run games that aren't actually limited, which there's a bunch of those now. The ones that aren't limited do go to Best Buy. So you can actually buy... Because Limited Run is just, they're a publisher. And the ones that aren't, like, numbered or whatever do go to Best Buy or whatever. So you can buy those there. And I guess Scott Pilgrim's just one of those games. If they are numbered, then the only physical location that you can get them in is the actual, like, Limited Run store. I haven't been to the Limited Run store in a bit. I'll have to go at some point, see what else is there. Tappet says, are there limited run stores? There is one. There is one, and it is in Raleigh. So...
I think their warehouse is nearby, like their corporate headquarters store. Not store, warehouse.
Yeah.
Corporate office.
Yeah, that's why they did the store here.
Yeah.
It's because that's where they're located. That's where the warehouse stuff is.
I think they're near each other.
Yeah. We've talked to the employees there, and they said that the Raleigh location, which again, this is where all of their stuff has been, so that's why they opened the store here. The Raleigh location is also a test location to see if it works. Because if it works, they want to do one on the West Coast. So one would probably open up in like LA or San Diego or something like that. So
They went to PAX.
Yeah.
And like we know the employees that went to PAX. I mean, not well. We know their names and we recognize them, and they recognize us. They may not remember who we are all the time.
We don't know anybody like we know Roland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roland's different. Roland's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking to them, and they were like, oh yeah, we're going to PAX, we're going to do a booth. And then I was talking to Proton John.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I met Limited Run people. I was talking to one of them. And I was like, oh, and I described him. And he goes, yeah, that's who I talked to.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll see what they do. It's been nice to have the store here, though, because especially for the fact that, like, there are some games that I do like to have physical copies of. And I actually got to the point, it's probably a little risky, but I actually got to the point that I don't even, like, pre-order the games anymore. Like, I don't even pre-order. I just, like, go into the store, like, once every month or two and just see what's there and then pick something up if I want to. Anyway.
Your tongue is so sharp.
You got sharp tongue. 300 Pride says, and when later looking for a new game that was almost entirely online only, and who had a physical copy in stock? Yep, Best Buy again. Apparently, they just have 1 or 2 copies on location of games that don't normally go to actual stores. It's weird that it's Best Buy of all places. There was a sale on 2 things at Best Buy that I saw recently. One I snagged. One I did not, although what a deal it would have been, my God. There was a sale on one of the Fire Emblem games. I don't remember which one. One of the Fire Emblem games was on sale recently for $14 at Best Buy. It was posted in the Discord. I think Armored Frog had posted it. It was like, there's a sale on this thing. And I was like, for $14, I was like, that's... Yeah, $14 for a physical Fire Emblem game. Yeah, I'll do that. It was some Warriors. I don't remember which one. It was like, that's a Fire Emblem game for $14. I'll pick that up. Best Buy had a thing, and like, who knows how many of these there actually were. Who knows if it was like, how many people actually managed to get this specific deal. They could have put this online and there was only 3 of these, and then they sold out, and that was it. But they had a 77-inch LG C2, which is a good television. That's a very good television. And those televisions are normally like, I don't know, $3,000. And they had it for less than $1,000. It was like a super sale, and it was like $950. And I was like, $950 for that TV is insane.
Yeah.
That's like extremely good. But it was like out of stock immediately. So I was reading online about it, and people were like, how many did they even
have
get
at that price?
Yeah, like it was something that like showed up. And my first thought was like, can you price match it though? I don't know. Oh, and the 83-inch version, which again, at that point, that's a gigantic TV. But that was, I think those are normally $6,000, and it was $4,000 off. $2,000 is still expensive for a television, but like, that's an immense amount of savings, so.
Nickfoot.
TV. We're coming up to Black Friday. I guess there will be deals on TVs then. We had 500 bits from One Weird Cat, who says, requesting good vibes for the entire month of October. Apparently, public transit has a shortage of workers, so the traffic in Salem, which hasn't been too terrible yet, is about to get a lot worse. Good vibes. Good vibes. Traffic. You know this when traffic's bad. The minute the traffic gets bad, that can be a bad thing. So, yeah, I wish you well. I send good vibes. Hopefully, that can get resolved. And we also had 300 bits from Jet says, I went to Walmart and Target to find movies and video games to watch and play for October spookiness. Streaming/digital download has taken over the world because the selections were pitiful. Sounds right. I've been impressed by some of the sections of like the physical selections in stores for some things like this. The few times we've went to Best Buy and looked at video games, they just don't like have any. Mm-hmm. Like the store looks like a bomb went off and there's just nothing in the video game sections. It's convenient though. I understand why digital is so important and why people want to stream stuff. It's because it's extremely convenient. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we were ending the stream.
We were.
Sorry. I'm trying. They send in a list.
I know.
At 1 p.m. we're doing Pikmin. That's in 3 hours. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, Mao and Alex are doing Jambalaya.
Yes.
That's on Mao's channel. If you're not already following Mao on Twitch, do so. Don't forget. Of course, Extra Life, yes, is in 18 days. Holy crap! Malix.
Kidding.
Malix. Jam says, what about Crawl? Can you explain Crawl? No. Yeah. And that's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. And because Starfield's already done, because I did Starfield yesterday, then that means no streams tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And only breakfast stream on Thursday. Wild. And the vlog hopefully today. I do have 3 streams today, so I'm gonna be trying to find time to do so. But I would like to. I've just about nearly finished the Saturday one, so I'd like to get that out. But we'll see if I do. Hopefully. Yes. And Vagabond says the Patreon video is out if you haven't seen it. Yes. The alternate take of October 5th. Where actually we're just sitting on a couch playing video games. Check that out. Okay, 33 months from Pickletron, and that is it. Thanks for being here. Hope y'all have a wonderful Thursday.
It's Tuesday.
Is it hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. It's hard to remember. I know it's one of them. You know, like I have a 2 in 7 chance. No, wait, 2. No, that's not 2 in 7, is it? No, I have a
1 in 7 chance to have the
No.
right?
But it's not 1 in 7. It's a 1 in, because I know it's going to be.
It's a 50-50 chance for it to be the right breakfast stream.
I have I'm thinking of 1 in 2. I have a 1 in 2. Sorry, 1 in 2, because I know it's either Tuesday or Thursday. So that's 1 in 2. I have a 1 in 2 chance of getting it right. Big Thursday energy. All right, we will see y'all at 1 p.m.
For Pikmin.
For Pikmin.